Donald Ouma, Head of Market and Product Development, Nairobi Securities Exchange, or NSE. Welcome to the JSO interview.
Thank you, John.
The particular context for our conversation is the fact that the AU is celebrating its 50th anniversary. The focus is on the African continent, and news is out that in our Eastern Africa region, Kenya is a vibrant hub of economic activity, and the institution for which you work, the Nairobi Securities Exchange, is the 5th largest on the continent. Congratulations on that achievement, but for us who are watching, why the change from Nairobi Stock Exchange to Nairobi Securities Exchange?
Coincidentally, John, we'll be celebrating our 60th anniversary in 2014. The Nairobi Securities Exchange is a market for the trading of securities, financial securities. When we were first established, the only securities we traded were shares of companies that had listed on the Nairobi Securities Exchange. We now trade bonds, we sell financial information, and we're looking to list real estate investment trusts, which are basically unit trusts that have property as their assets, allowing Kenyans to buy units that give them an opportunity to invest in real estate. So the change from Nairobi Stock Exchange to Nairobi Securities Exchange is because now we trade more than just shares, just stocks. We trade a variety of other products, and going forward, we want to expand our product offering to all our clients.
When I look at the television, and it's European or American television, there's always this idea of the stock exchange has some sort of celebrity opening the day's trading and the ringing of a bell. And gling, 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 celebrity comes up and opens the day's trading. What does he or she open? And why don't we do it here?
Well, John, the Nairobi Securities Exchange is now fully electronic. So we no longer trade on a trading floor. However, what we do is when a new company lists on the stock exchange, we do invite a guest, a chief guest, to commence the trading of these new listed securities, and they do that by signifying the ringing of the bell.
Right, okay, I'm still with you. This is a comfort zone for you. I have a company and I wish to list it. In other words, I'm asking individuals to buy into my company by giving me their money.
Yes.
Is that what I'm doing by buying stocks?
Exactly.
Right, so I'm doing that. But what again we see in the newspaper is that the stocks for company X are something like 32 cents. 32 cents. Now, if I were to buy 1,000 of them, I would end up with 3,200 shillings. It seems to me that 3,200 shillings isn't a fortune.
Exactly.
So why would I bother when I could just sort of go out and, I don't know, buy a cow?
Well, John, let me clarify a few points. One, as you said, when you buy the shares of a company, you're basically investing in the company. And you're investing your money because you expect a return. There are two main ways of which you can make a return by buying the shares of a company listed on the Nairobi Securities Exchange. One is capital gains. So the price of the share goes up because investors believe the company is doing well and they want to buy these shares. So demand for these shares picks up and the price goes up. So you make a capital gain when you buy.
So why the choice? Why not choose, again, I wouldn't sort of give free publicity to every sort of successful company in the land.
Yes.
But aren't we working to a monopoly situation where everybody wants to buy into one company in particular, knowing full well, for example, that people will always drink beer So why should I be interested in companies that are selling tea, coffee, diamonds, nails? Why the interest? One company is successful and I want to be part of that success. So why not give the successful person my money?
Well, John, people want to invest in different companies for different reasons. And we are a market. So what we are trying to do is provide choice. So you might be Muslim and you believe that investing in East African breweries, even though it's a very profitable business, is against your religion. So you have the opportunity to invest in Kenya Airways instead.
Right.
So that's what we do.
So there's the marketplace, there are the vegetables, there are the tomatoes,
Exactly.
the onions, and I've decided that the thing for me to do is to always be supplying the onion seller because he's doing very well. But I'm trying to suggest also that this is not a market for the Mwananchi. This is not a market for Wanjiko, because you've gone electronic. Everybody's moving around with these wonderful gadgets, dressed in red coats and shouting sort of, prices up and down. And I don't understand. So it's an elitist, old boys and girls club, is the Securities Exchange.
I disagree, John. One, when you wish to buy shares listed on the stock exchange, you go to a stockbroker. We have currently 17 stockbrokers who are currently active and open for business, and you open an account with your stockbroker. Then you're able to buy shares listed on the stock exchange.
Now I take your point entirely. I'm not going to allow you, with respect, to continue that explanation. I think somebody who's vaguely interested in our conversation will do the research. I'm just saying it's not for the great mass of people. It is a very elitist, circumscribed area of activity.
Again, I disagree. And these are the reasons. One, if you want to buy shares, you can give instructions to your broker through your mobile phone. You can walk over to their office, and soon you'll be able to send instructions through the internet and place your orders to buy or sell shares on the Nairobi Securities Exchange. So you have the option of walking to your broker's office, sending instructions through your mobile phone, calling your broker up, or using email, and eventually directly inputting an order through the internet.
But there must be rules and regulations before I enter. Can anybody join the NSE today, and the stockbrokers and everything else that you described?
Yes, all you have to do, as I said, there's 17 active stockbrokers and investment banks through whom you can buy and sell shares listed on the NSE. So you can open an account the way you'd open an account with a bank. You'd open a CDS account.
Right, exactly. You not falling into the trap exactly. Why shouldn't I just go to a bank and set up a savings account or a fixed deposit account and leave my money there at 13% return, whatever the wonderful deal of the moment might be? Why dabble in the stock exchange, which seems to be fluctuating from day to day?
Well, John, I don't know of any bank fixed deposit which gives you 13% for the ordinary wananchi, whereas if you buy, for example, 100 shares of East African breweries or 100 shares of Safaricom, all you do is you have to pay, the minimum amount of shares you have to buy when you're trading on the stock exchange is 100. So depending on the price of the security, it could be 700 shillings for Safaricom to 300 times 100, which is about 30,000 shillings for East African breweries. Again, we're giving the client choice.
Right.
And then there are two ways of making money. One, the capital gains. So if you bought today at 5 shillings and you sold in a few months' time at 10 shillings, the profits, the difference, are yours, less your brokerage commissions. And that is not subject to tax. If you hold for a longer period and the company makes a profit, the company also pays out a dividend.
Right.